Hey loves, it's me, Love Jones. I am back with another one. I just want to say this for who's ever watching my readings, if someone watch it. People are the female that was watching in the white car. I think it was a white car or gray car. I don't remember whether it was white or gray. Who would pull in and turn around for those days straight before I came behind you and you stopped. Probably because you knew you were doing something wrong and you wasn't expecting me to actually come behind you. You thought you were going to be able to keep going. And I noticed since I sat in this spot tonight, I'm in a different spot, and I pulled around here where I'm not easily seen. And I noticed a couple people who are coming into the parking lot all of a sudden. Um, that does not when I sit where I'm easily seen. And so I don't know if this is you or if this is someone else. Different vehicle, of course. Two females this time. Go find y'all somebody else to play with. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Or play with your kids or something. Find somebody else to play with. Whoever this is in the truck, I guess it's gonna be two of y'all this time. Cause the one was scared as hell when I came behind her. And when I pulled up on the side of her, she did not want me to look in her face and see who she was. She immediately started doing something in her hair like this as to try to hide her face. But you know the easiest way to hide your face is in your house. Take it home with you. Like, stop being messy. That's all you ever had to do. I don't know what it is y'all got planned or what it is y'all trying to do. But I see a lot of things, and a lot of time I won't say anything about it because it don't make sense to say something about it. But just in case you're watching my channel, go find somebody else to play with. Keep saying they want to close your third eye. Or they want to not get dotted in theirs. They want to not get dotted in theirs. God is going to punish y'all. He going to punish y'all. I've grown a lot from the way I was back then. And so I let a lot of stuff go. Although I wasn't really your fighter back then, but it's like you push to the point where bullies have to be dealt with. And I feel like that's what y'all have been doing in so many ways. Y'all have been part of the bullying that I experience regularly, both in spiritual and physical. And so, yeah, I tell you, go find somebody else to play with. That's all. Anyway, as I let my sage burn, and try not to react to things that I see. We're going to clear this dirty energy. That's what I need to do. Just didn't contact the lawyer. I've been talking about that for days now. I think it's about that time for me to go start reaching out to somebody. If I can sit on here and talk an hour and a half, for sure I can tell my story to different lawyers. But the thing, like, do you tell your story to all the lawyers? And what if one of them ends up being somebody I consulted with that's working for the other team? It just seemed 550, 55 changes. Some changes about to take place. I've been seeing fives and 5 5, 5 5 5, 44, 144, 44 44, and 10 10. A whole lot over this past week. Tells me something is ending and something is about to begin. This cycle, whatever this cycle is about to end. A new cycle is going to begin. Where there's endings, there are also beginnings. That 5 5 is changes. The force to me is like protection. Protection. And so I know I'm protected. I know I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I already know this. But do y'all know this? That's my question, because it don't seem like it. It don't seem like it. The fact that y'all just keep going and going and going. And this has been a long time now. You think y'all would have found something else to do by now. 7:17 I just seen on the timer. You think y'all would have found something else to do by now, but evidently you got something else up your sleeve. And I don't know the first thing that was up your sleeve, because I haven't seen nothing but people stalking, people watching. Like, do y'all have a plan? Is there a reason for what y'all are doing? Y'all have already done the most already. I feel like I've been through the most I could possibly go through. Like, what's the next thing? Are y'all trying to set me up with something? Like, what's the next step? Because only thing I've seen lately is just watching and stalking from all different directions. Spiritually watching, physically watching. What do you want? What is it that you want from me that evidently you can't get from God? It's why. Your heart's in the wrong place. Your minds are in the wrong place. It's too focused on me. Why y'all can't mind your business? Why are y'all so focused on me? What is the hatred about? What reason do you have to hate me or be jealous of me or be trying so hard to stop me? To be trying so hard to make me look bad, to try so hard to make me lose everything? What reason do you have for doing this? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. Everything y'all doing. And if y'all ain't worried about it coming back to y'all, it's going to hit the person you care about the most. Because that's how karma works. You're going to feel it one way or the other. So if you think you prepare for it, make sure you prepare the other people around you for it. Because it's going to come back. Everything you made me lose, you're going to lose it times 10. Everything. And you're going to suffer even harder when I get it back. Times the same amount that you're going to lose yours. My enemies will be used as my footstool eventually. And so, because y'all have made yourselves my enemies, that means you. I will step on you to get to where I'm going. You will help elevate me to whatever it is you're trying to keep me from. And at the same time, you're going to suffer greatly. Whether it's you yourself or watching the people around you love the most suffer because of what you've done, because of how you do things, because of where your heart has been. Because touch not my anointed, and you keep trying to touch me. When I haven't done anything at all but continuously endure the things that you are doing, the whole group of y'all. And so, mark my words, you will suffer greatly before it's over with. I would just suggest you go sit down somewhere. Use your mind before you do things. If your mind ain't working, hell, use somebody else's. Somebody with some common sense. Because you messing up. You messing up, y'all. Whoever you are. Whoever you are. Anyway. Anyway. I'm about to move from right here, y'all. And do this one video again real quick. Holy Spirit, Archangels, please allow me to channel the messages from the collective. Boy, that last message, I don't know who that was for, but I feel for y'all. What is this? Attraction, love, beauty. It's also trials. It says overcome. Someone may be experiencing a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations. I feel like card says you've overcome whatever this is, or you will overcome whatever this is that you're going through. This Lover's card, also says beauty, love, attraction. Let's see. I feel like it's about your trials and tribulations. Yeah. You've had to endure a lot. You've had to overcome a lot. Someone may be coming in fast. It says speedy intelligence. You may be getting something for what it is that you've been through. Someone could be coming to tell you why you're going through whatever this is that you are going through. Hopefully, when they come in and give you whatever this is or explain to you why, with this speedy intelligence, then that will be the end of it. Hopefully, that'll be the end of it. Someone could be trying to ruin someone here, or this could just be saying this is like your hero. You could have someone come in and attempt to save the day type of thing. Someone may be coming in being brave and trying to save you, so to speak. They may be rushing in to give you this information that you need because of these trials that you've endured, because of everything, all these All these things that has been thrown in your way, thrown in your path to make it hard for you. Someone knows exactly what this is and who this is and why they're doing what they're doing. Hence the speedy intelligence. Something's coming in fast to let you know something. Maybe this person wasn't so brave before. Maybe they're just deciding to be brave now. But someone could definitely be trying to ruin you. Someone may be coming in to give you some information quick because of this. This person could be coming in too with destruction, ruin. They're trying to ruin you. And someone could be trying to set someone up here. Or just ruin someone's stability. Like I was just telling these people who seem to be following me around and watching me, like you've literally already made it hard for me in every other kind of way. Y'all have taken everything from me. What else is it left to do? Why are you still watching? What are you still trying to do? And so this may be the case here. Someone could be causing you some type of destruction, trying to ruin you, whether that's mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. They're trying to ruin you. It could be in all those different ways. And so maybe they destroyed your stability. Maybe they destroyed your finances. They could still be trying to physically, emotionally, mentally ruin you. That's your self-esteem. I was talking about bullying earlier. They could definitely be coming for someone's self-esteem, trying to bring you down somehow. They could be coming for someone's freedom. They could be trying to set you up, make you react to certain things, or make you look like you're in a place where you're not. Be very careful about that. I would definitely try to be in a place where there's cameras, where other people are able to see you. Because if nothing else, these people see you. They see you. They see everything you do because they're watching. And they have a lot of watchers. And they trying to ruin somebody out here. So I would definitely be careful about where I go. Make sure there's cameras around. And other people, so people can't just say you were somewhere you weren't. Says I can't watch this happen, won't let go. So this could be a person who don't, yeah, this could be a person who doesn't want to let go of something. Says I can't watch this happen. Somebody could not want to let go of something and they could be trying to destroy you because of this person that they're trying to be with. But someone here says I can't watch this happen and I did just see a new home. And so you may be getting this coming in really fast for you. Someone's being brave and stepping in and coming in to give you something. It could be trying to move you because these people are doing so much to try to destroy you. To me, that's very sad because you would think the system would work enough in the favor of the people it's supposed to be protecting in order for this to not be able to happen unless the person that's doing this works for the system. That's the only way I could see people just getting away with things like this. Just getting away with being able to stalk a person, just getting away with being able to try to destroy a person, to bring them to ruins, as if they were working for the system. This could be someone who works for the justice system. This could be an officer who's around doing this. An officer, a lawyer, politician. This could be somebody with a position where they're able to do this. And so why do these people still have a job? Why do they still have a job? Why would somebody have to move because you have people who are mental working in places they should not be working? People who can't focus on doing their job because they're so focused on trying to destroy somebody. Where is the justice? So let's hope this person isn't a person who actually is a police officer in your city, or an attorney in your system, in your city. Somebody could definitely be trying to sabotage someone here. And someone's about to rush in and give you some type of new start, a new life, but you may just have to move. Says your hometown people are jealous here. Somebody feels like they made a mistake doing something. A dancer could have set somebody up doing something. Someone is definitely thirsty. Whoever this person is that doesn't want to let go. Whoever this is that doesn't want to let go says they tried to trick the trickster. Look, karma and endings. Somebody could definitely be receiving some type of karma, and something's about to come to an end. You could be getting a home. The home could be in the city. Maybe it just be some type of home where people can't drive by and just stalk and harass you. Maybe you'll be able to go inside of your home. They probably gonna still drive by your house and stalk and harass you. Maybe it's a place you can't see off the road. But then again, you don't want it to be too hidden when you have these people out here that are coming for you. Maybe it'll be somewhere with a lot of cameras around it. I also wouldn't want a whole lot of, one thing about cameras is you want them around for safety reasons, but then, you be almost hesitant to have them in and around your, or at least in your house everywhere, because you have people that work for cyber places and they're able to tap into those cameras and watch you, especially when you're talking about this may be someone who works in the government that's doing this. It could be a lawyer, it could be a police officer. They know how to do certain things. They know how to tap your phone, they know how to get into your emails, they know how to probably watch you through your cameras. They probably know how to deactivate your camera so that they would be able to do certain things. And so, just thinking somebody could be watching you from the cameras in your house that you have for safety reasons, it almost makes you hesitant to have cameras in the house. I would definitely want a lot of cameras outside of my house, around in my yard, the driveway, to see people coming in and out, whether they're coming in my yard. But again, you have people who work in cybersecurity who aren't trustworthy people. They aren't dependable people. They're not people with integrity. And so some people could easily be paid to just tap into your cameras to turn them off for a second. Cameras aren't your end all be all. I get cameras. I get me a weapon. I have me a few pit bulls in the yard. Since everybody's scared of them, I definitely have a few of them roaming around in my yard. Yeah. You have to have a few lines of security. That way they can't just focus on one. They have a few boundaries, a few lines to cross. If you could tamper with the camera and cut the camera off, can you get past my dogs? If you can get past the ones outside, can you get by the ones inside? I definitely have pets that trained to go. You gotta have different layers of security when you're dealing with people like this, especially corrupt officials. Like, you don't know how far they can go, how far they're willing to take things. I'm not saying that's exactly who this is. It could be who this is. Maybe why they've been able to get away with it for so long. I have a card that says law is not justice. And so these people could definitely be using a law to their advantage and trying to destroy you every way they can legally. And maybe even illegally too. If they're the law, they would know how. Hell, even if they aren't the law, some people, you have friends that work in certain positions. Some people could know how to make certain things look like certain things. Like, we know people do that all the time. So if somebody wanted to make you look like you were in a place you were not, hell, we have something as simple as cell phones that do that now. You can download an app now. I see it advertised on my cell phone all the time. It comes up as a little commercial sometimes in between the stuff that I be watching. And specific, there's a lady with the truck, and she takes a picture of her kids at the truck, and then she lets one of the kids take a picture of her at the truck, and it merges her in the picture with the kids, although they took the pictures at two separate times and one wasn't with the other. It's very easy to make it look like somebody was in a place they weren't, especially when it comes down to pictures. It's very easy for your cybersecurity to tap into your cameras. And you have people with money or people in positions of power. You really have to worry about things like that. You have to be cautious about things like that. Trying to poison your food, I've already dealt with that. In the last place that I was in, I've already dealt with that. I completely stopped using the seasonings like my food. I love spaghetti. That's one of my favorite dishes. And I had to stop eating it because I can't put everything in it. I couldn't put everything in it that I wanted to put in it back then because people were in and out of my house doing something to my food. And my managers act like they didn't care, which I felt like they had everything to do with it too. Cameras in my house. Look, I started having to use stuff like this. And your regular seasoning, y'all know us, all the seasonings we like to cook with. I had a cabinet full of them, all different kind of seasonings. And it came down to me not being able to use those because every time I would use those seasonings at a certain point, I would feel like I would get like a rush, like this high or something. And that's never happened before. You know. Only thing seasoning do is make your food taste good. So why do I feel like I'm getting a rush, like I'm high or something? And it's not like a you smoke weed type of high. It's like a rush of a high. And I don't know what it is they were putting in it, but it was definitely something being put into my food my seasonings when I cook. I don't know if they were trying to make me out a drug addict or what. Maybe they wanted to make me fiend for something and see me destroy myself. But whatever it was, after the first few times, I just stopped cooking with the seasonings. I left them in the cabinet, but I didn't use them. I went to stuff like this. This is a grinder. And this is all I would use: salt and pepper. Because you can't take this off. You can't take this off or refill it or anything. It's the only thing you can do is just grind what's in here and then throw the container away. And so I felt like that was a better thing to use than just my regular seasonings. And you can imagine going from cabinet full of seasoning to just using salt and pepper, how bland your food tastes when you used to cooking with so many other different things. Food just it yeah. Needless to say, I stopped eating one of my favorite dishes because I could not season it to my liking. So yeah, somebody could definitely they could definitely be trying to put something in your food. Yeah. Don't know whether these people have something to do with it. But we do see it's a community effort. It's not just one person, it's several people. And like I said, they have to be big people doing this. Can you imagine you have a whole community trying to destroy you for no reason? They just don't like you. Maybe your community is full of bullshit people and these people are on something else. Maybe they on demon time around here and they worried about what you know, what you could say that has to do with them. And so their common sense or their lack thereof tells them to keep on keeping on, just keep messing with her, keep trying to destroy her. We gonna make it eventually to where she not gonna say anything, I guess. They say common sense isn't that common. And so maybe that's what these people are lacking. Maybe they don't realize that all they have to do is leave me alone, go mind their own business. Especially considering, for me, I don't know about for y'all, but for me, I've been over here for almost 12 years now. And so, what could I possibly want to do in the past 2 or 3 years that I haven't done in the other 8 that I've been over here? But again, I say common sense isn't that common. Um, and it's sad. Maybe someone will have to move out their community. When you're talking about people like this who may be in on it, or again, officials who may be in on it. And, there's some good people out there. Don't get me wrong. It's good cops. It's bad cops. There are good thieves, and there are bad ones. But I don't know. For me, it's like nobody's doing anything. Everybody on the team of the bad people, or if they're on the good side, it's like the only thing they can do is something, to let you know that they support you. Only thing they can do is something to let you know that they support you. It doesn't seem like they can really do anything in order to help you because it's been going on for so long for me. I see what I'm talking about. That's what I deal with regularly. That's what I deal with regularly. I can go find a little cubby hole in the back of an abandoned building and sit there. Believe me when I tell you, I won't be back there for 10 minutes before somebody will be finding their way to just turn around in that little cubby hole in the behind the abandoned building all of a sudden, trying to pretend as if they got stuck or something. They just pulling in and backing out. They just trying to see. When I tell you I got eyes on me everywhere I go, every time I move, sometimes I park right here when I finish doing whatever I'm doing. I'll just pull up right here and sit. Not right here, but on the other side over there. When I'm at probably easily seen. Don't nobody drive by that often when I'm right there. Nobody is driven by at all. Unless I just didn't pay attention when they did, and I doubt it. Me sitting right here. And so they probably driving by and don't see me where I would normally sit at. And so now you had 10 people driving through the park, and I'm exaggerating when I say 10. It's like 5 though. Driving through the parking lot, appearing to just cut through the parking lot, but I'm right at the corner, y'all. Ain't no cutting through the parking lot. I'm literally right at the corner. It's no traffic. And even during traffic, it's I'm right at the corner. So it's literally no reason to be cutting through this parking lot. No reason. Because as slow as he was just driving through the parking lot, you could have went through the light 2, 3 times the speed you was just coming through this parking lot just now. Ain't no reason. I know what they be doing. I've been dealing with this long enough. I know what they be doing. And some of y'all could be dealing with this too. Somebody's thirsty. Somebody don't want to let go of something. So maybe you could have somebody who is in one of these positions, law enforcement, one of these, that could have slept with someone you know. For someone to not want to let go of something, hell, I don't know. Maybe it don't have to, could have something to do with a relationship. Someone could be trying to move on from a relationship. You know, you have these psychos out here that do anything to stay tied to the money. There's people not going that crazy and doing anything to be tied to a person out of love because you're not loved when you got to do all of that. You know that's not love on your behalf. It goes back to what I was saying in my last reading, people trying to take away people's free will to do stuff, to make their own decisions. And so you know at that point it's not love because you're not getting the love you feel like you should be getting. You're not getting that love because a person's trying to go. They trying to go. Well, at that point you're trying to force somebody to stay there. It's not about love. It's got to be about what you're getting from it. And I'm looking at wealth right here. This could be a person that's trying to stay tied to someone's money. And this could be a person who's some type of official or at least have some type of connections to these type of people in order to continue to get away with stalking and harassing people in order to have the whole community in on stalking and harassing somebody and absolutely nothing is being done about it. to have a person lose everything and absolutely nothing is done about it. And so you got to know these people are corrupt. Whoever they working with, whether it's these people, whether it's officers, they're corrupt. They just watching someone being mentally, physically, spiritually harassed, stalked, pretty much tortured for years and nothing's been done about it. How long do they torture someone in the army before they just kill them? It's like how long are you gonna do this? Guess as long as you have to when you're trying to stick to somebody's money. Feel like you deserve life in prison. You deserve to lose your job. You deserve to lose these resources, whoever this is you connected to, whoever these corrupt people are who are making sure this is able to continue to be done. They deserve to lose their positions because they're using their power for wrong reasons. It said they're experimenting on you. Why don't you go and experiment on your child? Who knows? Maybe somebody's child will get experimented on if they feel like this is okay to be doing this. I can imagine something like this showing up right at their back door. Karma is a bitch. Can't imagine something like this showing up at their back door with someone they love, whether it's their child, their mother, their favorite auntie, their grandmother, their niece, whoever it is. That's what you deserve. I don't understand how this could go on for so long and nobody does anything. Other than they can, send subliminal messages and show you that they on your side, they in solidarity with you, but it's not doing anything. How good, like what is that doing? You appreciate it, it's somebody out there who see what's going on, and you appreciate the fact that they see what's going on, and they hate this is happening to you, but what good is that doing? If you can't stop it, like how does that help? Okay, I can't. That's what I cut the deck on. Take that shit to trial. That's what I cut the deck on. Take what to trial. And so maybe this speedy intelligence is gonna be somebody coming in and letting you know who this is and what and why they're doing, so you know who to take the trial and what to exactly say to your attorney when you talk to the attorney. Because otherwise, you go and talk to the attorney. What you're gonna do? You're gonna say, "Well, I think it's this person. No, it could be this person. This person. I feel like in my intuition, my gut's telling me it's this person." Maybe y'all can open up an investigation. Maybe the lawyer open up some kind of investigation of their own and get the evidence they need on their own. I got a lot of stuff in my phone, but I guarantee you it's not the main person that's doing it. It's probably the flunkies. It'll help you put a case together. But I don't think that's the job of the attorneys to investigate. That's law enforcement's job. or maybe a private investigator. Like, I'm just not sure how this is going to work. I know what I know. I can tell you what I know. But what's in my phone is not these actual people. It's not the ones calling the shots here. It's they flunkies, the ones they sending out to do their dirty work. And then again, maybe it is one of the people calling the commands that just so happen to be in one of the videos I have. But do you know how long I've been recording? You know how long I've been taking videos? Ever since people started moving funny with me at public storage. Oops, did I say that? I said it. That was the last job I had. It's out there now. It's out there now. Ever since they started moving funny with me over there. I wasn't even trying to say that, but evidently it was meant for me for me to say it. So forget it. Forget about it. I don't know. Somebody could be Italian or white. Definitely maybe Italian for me to say that. And then I was just talking about spaghetti or somebody might be Italian. Yeah. I've been taking videos for like the last 3 years at least. I mean, how can I upload them and send them all? No, the first time and the last time I reported that I felt like I was being followed, honestly, that officer made me feel like a damn fool. Made me feel like a complete fool. Notice I said the first and the last time. And y'all, my feelings were so hurt. I told y'all at the beginning when everything first started happening, I was really paranoid. Like it really did scare me because I didn't know what was going on. After all this time, like I said, I'm kind of over it now. I'm completely over the fear of it all. Now it just pisses me off. But originally, when it first started, I was bothered. I remember talking to that officer and I was in tears. And like I said, he made me feel like the complete idiot. Okay, it's like you got tag numbers. I was like, yep, yep, I do. Here go my list right here of all these different tags that are doing this. And the way he looked at that paper, the way he looked at that paper, one this size that was full. I guess he like this chick done lost her damn mind. It ain't that many people following her. Funny part about it is years later, if I start writing down the tags again, it'd be another list right here on this paper, full of tags, full of people who are involved in this. Still, right now today, isn't that funny? It's like, yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this with me. This is for evidence. He probably took that shit back with him, and him and his buddies probably had a little field day laughing in the background. Cause ain't no way in hell. They probably felt like this is what this is. She paranoid. Ain't that many people following her. Shit me. It's that many. They come in all type of vehicles. All type of vehicles. And they black, white, Asian, and all type of vehicles, all different races. Masons, Eastern Stars, government officials, regular people, children, young adults, all different kind of people, y'all, all different walks of life. Anyway, just seeing they connected to people you know. Mother-in-law, somebody's mother-in-law could have something to do with something. Say take that shit to trial. I do plan on finding an attorney, but honestly, I mean, I'm not the attorney, so I don't know how they would put this together. But I guess it's for them to figure out. But I just don't think it's their job to do. I've never seen an attorney investigate stuff. But I don't know. Maybe that's just something I've never seen before. Maybe it's just something I've never seen. You don't see the investigative part. Yeah. Anyway, I see sirens here. People with a voice. People whose voice are alluring. This could have something to do with singers. And I also see AI, artificial intelligence, being used. That could be a number of things. I see security. Again, when we just talking about the ways that they could do that, tap into cameras. I see a celebrity. It could be a celebrity. Imagine this celebrity and they have connections to people like the mayor, the governor, police officers. Who do you think the people gonna work with faster? The community people. When a celebrity comes through and say certain things, who do you think those people gonna work with? The celebrity. They can get more clout off them. They just happy to know a celebrity. Whether it's bullshit or not, they just happy to do it. It's gotta be a way to bring justice to this. These people deserve jail time, but they just get rewarded. It's like they running the whole city. They just get to constantly beat somebody down while everybody just watching or either participate in it. The ones who not participating in it, they just watch. Like there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do. I see target. They're definitely targeting somebody. Somebody's emotional. BMF. It's that Black Mafia family that could have something to do with something. I see an entanglement here. Again, this could be about relationships. Somebody trying to set somebody up. Card says robbery or thief. But hell, they could be trying to frame somebody. They could be trying to frame somebody. They want this person to go to prison. They want this person out of there. They want to destroy this person's name. They want to destroy this person's life. They could have paid someone to try to frame somebody. with this AI and this security, you know how many people I had at my job that was constantly working on IT stuff? You know how many times I woke up and looked outside and they were already out there? They working on cameras, they working on, hell, I don't know what they sticking to the side of my apartment, running all these new wires and lines, holes in my wall over by my breaker. And they took my cameras out altogether at first, and I was told that one of my supervisors told them that the cameras was never there. The cameras never worked. And it's so funny because she asked me on a regular who somebody was on the camera. At one point, we used to have these the sensors, and so when the camera sent somebody back there after hours, it will automatically call the police at one point, and they probably got tired of paying for the police to come out. And so it stopped calling the police, but it would still send videos to her. And I would come in the next morning and she'd have emails asking me who was somebody on the property. And so for that same person to tell them that the cameras never worked, and it took them a while to get me cameras back up after she said the cameras never worked. But she was asking me about them regularly. Not only that, not long after that, when they moved her over to somewhere else, they gave people 24-hour access to my property. And so you had these random vendors coming up who I don't know. And by the way, when they hired me, they said I was supposed to be the only one with 24-hour access to my property. Not even my supervisors then had 24-hour access to my property because they said I should have been the only one there with 24-hour access. There should be no other reason anybody would have to come there with 24-hour access because they did not give it out to people. And so not only did I eventually have vendors coming, just popping up, random vendors with 24-hour access who I don't know. They have gate codes that I didn't make. But I also had customers who now had 24-hour access. And I figured those had to be some type of corporate accounts. And by corporate accounts, those were businesses or people with some type of importance, like a celebrity. And so customers started having 24-hour access to my property. They had 2 or 3 storages out there with 24-hour access. And when I clicked on the account, even vendors, y'all, even because I've seen it before at other properties. I worked several different properties before. So I've seen these corporate accounts at other properties before. Even my own, I've had corporate accounts set up at my property before, but they didn't have 24-hour access. And so I would be able to open it up and at least see who the business was, what the business name was, the person who is over the business. So you would have a contact person, um, phone number, maybe, not too much of anything else. A lot of stuff would be clear, but you would be able to see their gate code. Whoever this was at my property who had 24-hour access all of a sudden, you could see absolutely nothing when it came down to their accounts. Supposedly it was a corporate account, but you could see absolutely nothing when it came to it. When you pull up the account, all you seen was the unit number. They didn't have a name, contact person, any contact person, let alone a business owner. They didn't have an address on there. It was blank. Everything was blank. And the gate code, you cannot even see the gate code, so you can never deactivate it or activate it because they would not even allow you to see it. And these people had 24-hour access, something again I was told nobody should ever have. And so I don't know who they were catering to all of a sudden, that I never seen, by the way. You know, we did lock checks daily, and I would see these units and I open them up and there's nothing in there. Unit still staged with the lock on it. It's like these people just got corporate accounts. You can't see anything. They just got 24-hour access to my property, and they're not even using the spaces. And so, of course, I posed the question, why do you even have 24-hour access, for one? And why do you have spaces out here that you're not using? You're not putting anything in them. It's almost like you just rented the spaces in order to have access to my property. And so, yeah, it could definitely been a celebrity. Um, it could have been, hell, just management that was trying to be smart. Like I said, I had, the person who let me go, they had been there for a year, no longer than about a year. It may have not even been a full year yet. And so this person didn't even know their job all the way. They still would ask certain questions because they wasn't sure. You can't learn everything in training. Sometimes you have to allow stuff to happen. You have to get out there in the field and just be presented with certain situations and kind of learn on the fly. And so a year into this, he was still learning his job. There's a lot of things he had to call and ask himself. One of them was about my cameras. When I told him I didn't have any, he acted like it was no big deal. I had to actually go over his head and mention that to somebody else in order to get them to go ahead and put my cameras back in, because they took them out and they act like they didn't want to put them back in. And then they were allowing all these people whom I didn't know access to my property. And then he was telling me to tell people what the passphrase was, and they supposed to have been giving that to me in order to even receive a gate code to have access to my property. He would tell me to just let them know what it is, and it was just all kind of stuff that wasn't right, that helped them. I feel like it helped them kind of sabotage me, which is what they did. Throwing stuff in my hallways, unlocking doors that should have been locked, gates open should be closed. A bunch of random people with access whom I don't know. I go to work and all I know is a bunch of people on my property. Not only is it a bunch of people on there, but the vendors would come, like I said, and those same vendors would be driving vehicles with tags on them that were the same people who were harassing me, the same people who were stalking me, same people who I reported in this. I sent this long email off about stuff and they didn't even respond to. We sent out a 5-page email and he responds with 2 lines referring to one thing that was kind of irrelevant. And so that's the type of stuff I was dealing with over there. I definitely need to find me an attorney when it comes down to that situation and the way they did me coming out, because that was on purpose for me to report to y'all certain things that's going on and why I do certain things like I do, why I move around the property like I do, why I watch certain things, why I double check certain things, because I got all these things going on, both on and off the property, both at work and not at work. And what do I get? Them to contribute to it. That's what I get. It was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, this is what's following. Okay, let's get some vendors in. Let's get some more vendors in. IT people, techs, they working on the cameras all day. I wake up people in my backyard. That's part of my property too. I don't think he realized that. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff he didn't know. And maybe he did know that. Because it's a lot of times he would just do things out of spite. But so did the one before him, the lady, which they just conveniently moved. Um, and he would definitely do things out of spite. So I don't know if he knew or maybe he didn't know. But I would wake up, people be in my backyard. The backyard isn't for the office. It's part of my property. And they supposed to give you 24 hours before they do anything that has to do with your property. You get 24-hour notice. I wake up and it's Spanish people, Mexicans in my backyard. I'm like, why are y'all here? Working on the fence. The fence, there's nothing wrong with my fence. Nothing wrong with my fence. They replaced two boards on it. Nobody asked to be replaced. Matter of fact, one of the boards had a little bitty hole in it, about this big. But what that hole allowed me to do was be able to see. When I'd be standing back there sometimes, it allowed me to see people moving on and off the property. And so I see when people pull in. I see when they leaving out. I can see when somebody parked right there from that hole. They replaced that bar so fast, which I thought was on purpose. Because now I couldn't see when I would be standing back there. And so they moved the cameras. And yeah, it's a lot of little weird things that they were doing on that property. Which definitely probably has something to do with higher people moving on and off that property, coming back and forth. Certain people with certain kind of power and privilege who wanted access that they shouldn't have never had, but for some reason management was now allowing them to. When you hired me and when I agreed to take that apartment, it was under certain circumstances what things should be like, my normal. And so to all of a sudden that to change, all of a sudden they just now got this ability to just do whatever the hell they want to do. Imagine I was pissed about that. I wake up and I walk outside on my balcony in my house coat, pajamas on, Mexican looking right at me. Looking right at me. Because they up there screwing a new sign on. Again, I used to wake up and just, that's what's there. They did it on purpose. They fill my property up with people all the time. People whom I did not know. People who I did not give access to. And so, yeah, you imagine that walking outside with your house coat on your balcony, not outside, on your balcony. I screened in, by the way, but they way at the top and they can look and see you. Walking outside, house coat all open. Like, oh, my bad. My bad. You weren't supposed to be right there. They got ladders and lifts way up there at the top. Installing a sign, by the way. That sign they installed was a hazard, by the way, that I reported and they did nothing about. That sign's still up there. I'm willing to bet you them nails still sticking out of it. Took a picture of it. I posted it on my Facebook. Or no, on YouTube. Nails sticking out somewhere in between 4 and 6 inches. I'm like, oh no, this is a problem. Somebody fall on that, and they could lose something by falling on them nails. It ain't just one, it's like three or four of them coming out of the wall on my balcony where my grandson would be outside playing sometimes. I'm like, oh no, this is a problem. I'll need to come and fix this. You know what he told me? Just don't use it. First of all, it's my balcony. It's a part of my house. You're going to tell me just don't use a part of my house. It's not like y'all giving me this for free. I take a pay cut for this, which means I pay for it, and you're going to tell me just don't use it and just leave the nails just sticking out. Just let it be hazardous. It's fine. Just don't use it. No, I'm just talking about this, and I really do need to find me an attorney when it has to do with what went on at that job. 'Cause now that's what I have a whole lot of proof on. That's what I can definitively say and show and prove with things that I have with that. And the way they retaliated on me once I started reporting safety issues, the way they retaliated once I reported the things that my manager was doing to harass me. The way they did nothing, they just, I guess they say, oh no, she's a problem, let's get rid of her. I'm a problem now because y'all are doing things that are wrong. I ain't been a problem in the 11 years I've been here with any of the other 4 or 5 managers I done had, because at this point, we done been through like 6 or 7 of y'all in these years that I've been here. And I was never a problem to anybody else. That's because they did what they were supposed to do right. They followed certain rules. If they know I was hired and nobody on there was supposed to have 24-hour access, they wasn't given 24-hour access. My cameras went out and I mentioned it, they would immediately come in and fix it. Things that I things that I complained about that needed fixing, they immediately did something about it. It wasn't just screw you and whatever it is you think, we just gonna leave it like that. So yeah. For sure I got plenty of evidence on that. That may be where I need to start. Because there was a lot of issues there. And that could have definitely stemmed to the issues I have going on right now. Because to be honest with you, nothing has stopped. It started when I was there and it's only continued and escalated. They could very well know what's going on right now. They could very well still be a part of what's going on right now because they did not care. They just did what they wanted to do. And it's never been like that. But it was before I left. You see this card on the top? Corruption. What's underneath it? Trying to control you. And so they could have very well worked with whoever it was they were given 24-hour access to be able to just come and go when they wanted to. They was putting cameras where they wanted cameras at. And they could have very well helped put cameras inside of my house because I told you people were going in and out my house. No question about it. I got proof they were going in and out my house. I have proof that things were in my walls and that mysterious holes would appear in places. I have proof of my shower head continuously being tampered with What y'all gonna watch me do in the shower? But y'all in and out my house on a regular basis. But my garbage disposal don't work and y'all won't come and fix that. Y'all won't get the nails took out of the sign that's just sticking out on the side. Y'all won't fix the water in my bathroom that continuously runs, but you complain about the water bill. But also somebody is on the property every day fixing the outside, and so it looks really pretty on the outside, although they have did a bunch of stuff out there too. Um, looks very fresh, really neat on the outside. Inside is trash. And not because I made it trash, because of your regular wear and tear, because things happen. My garbage disposal, for example, full of glass, full of glass. And it was full of glass when I left. They had somebody out there fixing everything except for that. Eventually, it got to the point where I realized that they was fixing none of the stuff in my house that I asked them to fix, and everything was being fixed on the outside. And so I kind of reached the conclusion that they wasn't gonna fix anything inside. They was waiting to try to get rid of me or make me quit because they were doing so much that the average person would have probably quit. I don't know, y'all. I've been talking too much to y'all. I've been talking too much to y'all. I supposed to just been doing another reading, and it just kind of, because these cars I'm pulling just kind of went. Family setup, a family setup, and fraud. Somebody could have committed fraud. So definitely a family setup here. Yeah, I keep saying family setup and fraud, and they slept with a friend. I don't have friends, y'all, but they probably slept with a coworker, a supervisor, or something. Gemini could have had a lot to do with this. It was a family setup. I keep saying Gemini. Finances, fraud. That's Gemini. Hmm. That's Gemini. It's so funny because there are actually celebrities who use them. There are celebrities who use them. And so I know if there were celebrities on my property, or that was probably their space that had 24-hour access. And when I say on my property, I mean that just rent it on the property, because like I said, I used to, you do a lock check and you come to the space and be like, why is the space still empty? Why is nothing in it? They ain't even bothered to close it up yet. They literally just have 24-hour access to my property. What are you doing? What are you doing? The space is empty. One time the space fell behind, so I assume whoever it is maybe forgot they had it over there or something. It wasn't on auto pay. I don't know how it was being paid. One time it got behind, and we be making collection calls. You could not make a call. You cannot make a call. That space had zero information on it. And when I tell you all the other corporate accounts that we've had there, I've had quite a few corporate accounts in the 11 years that I was there. There has never been a corporate account that did not have any contact person. And so whoever this was must have been very high up because it was absolutely nothing at all. Zero. Nothing. When I tell you everything was blank, everything was blank. They had no information at all. Y'all, look what I just cut the deck on. Employers and on it. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. The way they moved, they definitely was doing stuff on purpose. And they were trying to get me up out of there. I see air signs. We already seen Gemini. That just confirms even more, at least the Gemini. Air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And it's so funny because some of the celebrities that I know use them are actually them signs. Actually, those signs. Yeah. And it's so funny because one in particular did not like me. Uh, yeah. One in particular I've talked about. But yeah, they definitely did not like me. And I know for sure. So yeah, they were doing a lot of foul stuff over there. Before it was all said and done, they did a lot of foul things over there. Um, they hid a lot of things. Bunny and Clyde, somebody definitely working together. So still sleeping with ex. Somebody still sleeping with their ex. And somebody is someone's worst nightmare right here. I see adult children as well. That has something to do with this. Oh, this could just be saying somebody's childish. Whatever it was, public storage was with it. Now whether, yeah, gonna say maybe he didn't know what he was doing. But that, yeah, I can see that when it come down to some things, but other things, for sure, he could have known what he was doing because all he ever had to do was ask. And so just giving someone full access to my property like that, it was again along the lines of him telling me give people the passphrase. It shouldn't have happened. And he should have known that because all he had to do was ask, just like he asked for other things. Now, when I seen this coming and I tried to get away from there, when I was still kind of stable, and I told him I was ready to quit. I was ready to quit because all the things that was going on. Um, but I didn't say I was gonna quit. I just said I was ready to move out of the apartment, and I asked would he give me a letter because I've done this before when I had other managers. Actually, I was thinking about moving out, and I know because back then when I did it, I knew me taking a pay cut, I would need a proof of income, but what I would need is the income that I would actually be making if I move out, meaning with the pay cut that I took. And so I was asking him to write me a letter. Now, before when I did this, it was no problem. The management gave me the letter I needed to have. Matter of fact, if it wasn't the same day they sent it to me, it was the next day they sent it to me. No problem at all. Um, with the store's letterhead, with their signature on it. their phone number on in case you want to call and ask them a question. It was no problem. Now, when I asked this manager for it, he acted like he didn't want to give it to me. First of all, I had to ask a few times. And then the last time, the final time that I mentioned it, he told me he had to check and see if it was even okay for him to give me that. Again, I've gotten this before. I've I've thought about moving out before with other managers who I was actually pretty cool with. I never had a problem with any other managers except for the last two. And again, we had been through like 6 or 7 of them. I imagine there was never any issues all of those years. And so, yeah, the other one gave it to me no problem. He hesitated. He took as long as he wanted to take, and the final time he told me he had to ask and see was it even okay for him to do it. And I guess by him asking that, he had to go through HR to get what I needed, but he eventually gave it to me. And I think they were kind of salty about that too, because he probably knew that I wanted to quit, because who wouldn't want to quit with that treatment? Look at all the stuff I was going through all of a sudden. The stuff that I've never had to deal with before all the years that I was there. But not only that, you have to know you're doing something wrong. Because when I asked for it from my other managers previously, not the last two that I was having the issues with, but when I asked for it for other managers, me quitting was not even a thought of theirs. It was nothing that crossed their mind, and they gave it to me so easily. And so you have to know you got to be doing something wrong for you to even, like, oh yeah, she about to try to quit on us. I thought they was trying to make me quit the way it looked like to me. Needless to say, my other management wasn't bothered by that. Matter of fact, even had I quit, they wasn't bothered by that. They probably would have gave me a letter of recommendation. They probably would have put in a few good words for me. That's how we were. But them last two, boy, they was trash, to be honest with you, trash. And this is exactly what they were doing. I was at Target, and they was working with people who had torture on their mind. They was about to try to destroy me. That's what they did eventually. So how can you watch my bank accounts if you don't know where my bank accounts are? How would you know my bank accounts? You know who do know where all my bank accounts are? My job. That's who would know exactly where I banked at, exactly where I went to when I would take their deposits. That's who would know. The job. Who would have access to my emails. Who had my employee number. By the way, I got something at the mailbox saying that our employer number had been compromised, and they got several different things from it. And now we were able to get this free credit report because the people who compromised our employer number, and it was through vendors, somehow some vendors were able to gain access to that. And it's so funny, I was reading it, I'm like, this is BS. This was no mistake. I seen this coming way back when they was giving vendors access to everything, stuff they shouldn't have had access to. Like, we at a certain point we stopped even giving gate codes to everybody, to every vendor. If you can let them in and let them out while they do their job, that's the only access they needed. These vendors was having access to too much, And they was given that by the management. Not by me, who was management, but by corporate management, by the district managers, by the senior district managers, maybe the regional managers. It wasn't me. And so to pull that out the mailbox, I just thought it was so funny how we just act like, oh, this was a mistake. Y'all knew them IT people out there was crooked. They wasn't doing everything they should have been doing. They was doing some extra stuff. I knew it. Amy, I was irritated many a days with those people on my property, especially the ones that would be inside the office, so-called fixing on the cameras and around the property installing stuff. I had a customer complain one time about them touching a building and there being some type of electrical charge on the building. Like, what the hell is that? What are y'all doing out here that's causing all these different things? Why is so much IT stuff being done over here on this property? Why y'all running all y'all wires up here on the side of my apartment instead of down low where they been? I seen everything, y'all. Not only that, I felt the energy of things. I already knew it was BS. And I opened up that letter they sent saying our employee numbers were compromised. I ain't worked there since January. It's so funny that they would send me that. So you mean to tell me it's something that happened when I was working there, which I was very aware that something like that would occur because we all got out there. These men don't even look professional, man. They look crooked. They act crooked. The way they move, the way they talk. You can tell they had something else up their sleeve. I remember one day I was giving this one of the vendors, they finally finished doing the cameras inside. You know, I'm all in my mind because I told y'all I'm completely uncomfortable with them being around because I know something is off. And so I try to stay out the office when they in there doing what they doing because I don't want to be around them. I don't want to feel that energy. And I don't want to be watching them all the time because I know something is off. And so I know I'm going to be focused on watching them. And so it's like out of sight, out of mind type of thing. And so I would just completely leave the office when they would be in there. And they used to irritate me because that one particular, he used to come find me. And he had this little pompous attitude. And in my mind, I used to think, yeah, you're more than just an IT person because you say things that is not your place to say. It's like you have more of a power than you're trying to lead on like you have. Other vendors that I'm used to dealing with, they don't focus on certain things. They there to do what they're there to do. This one, it's like it was something else with him, I'm telling you. And so he really bothered me. One of the IT people, he really like bothered me. I would be outside trying to avoid them, not sitting in that office with them. I'd be outside and he would come out there looking for me about the simplest things. And it was almost like he was trying to force me to do certain things. And he would mention certain other things on the property, like the bathroom and other stuff outside that, again, you here for the cameras. It's not your place to be in any of that other stuff, to mind any of the other business. You here strictly for that. So I knew it was something off about him. I'm like, he focused on too much other stuff. for him to just be the tech person. But this day in particular, when they finally finished the cameras, and they were working on it for quite some time, y'all, inside and out. When they finally finished, I'm all in my head, you know, he had already called me in from outside to come inside. He had this nasty attitude. He didn't like me, I didn't like him. Again, I'm like, why is this like this? You know, you doing too much. It's something else about you. He had this nasty attitude. And so he was telling me he was finished, and he was like, here, sign this, as if it was an invoice. And me just wanting him to get the hell out of there. I was glad he was finished, and like I said, kind of irritated. So I probably was saying a bunch of stuff in my mind because I was irritated. And so I just picked up the pen and I signed the paper. And as I was giving it to him, that's when it dawned on me, because honestly, I really didn't pay attention to it as I was signing it. I just took it and signed it. And as I was giving it back to him, I was like, wait a minute, it happened so quick. My brain was still processing it when he grabbed it and proceeded to walk. But as I was giving it to him, all of a sudden I realized it was nothing wrote on the paper. It was nothing wrote on the paper. And so the invoice that I was signing was blank. It didn't have anything on it. And like I said, then I just grabbed the pen and signed it. Wasn't thinking too much of it. It was when I passed it to him, and I was kind of looking as I passed it to him, where I noticed it was nothing on it. But at this time, he was taking it and walking on out the building, and it was just processing in my brain. And so I walked behind him, and I was like, wait a minute, that invoice didn't have anything on it. Can you send me a copy of that or something? He said yes, but needless to say, I never got anything. Um, and I always wonder why he would have me sign in a blank piece of paper. Uh, this is supposed to have something on it saying some type of work that you were doing. It was blank, y'all. I signed a blank piece of paper. I don't know what the hell that was on that piece of paper. And like I said, I was trying to get him out of there so fast. I didn't really look at it to read it. I just picked up the pen, signed in the spot I was supposed to be signing, and as I was passing it to him, that's when I was kind of looking and seeing that it was nothing on it. But not only that, I sent my supervisor a message saying there was nothing on it and that I needed a complete invoice. I need a copy of what it was I signed, say what work he did, whatever they were going to charge or whatever. We keep that in files, but not only do we keep it in files, I wanted to know what it was I put my signature on. And so I think I was more concerned about why I signed a blank piece of paper than actually filing something that nobody would ever look at. Based off me being there as long as I have, I knew nobody would ever look at it. Um, he did not even respond. He didn't even respond, y'all. He didn't even care. He didn't care that it was a blank invoice. He didn't care that I wanted to know what it was I signed. He didn't care that there wasn't anything saying what work was being done. He didn't care. He didn't respond. And so, of course, that didn't sit right with me. But probably the next week or so, I had that on my mind because I knew it was something weird about the guy anyway. It was not only something weird about his energy, but his attitude and the way he was concerned about things that he should not have been concerned about. It's none of your business. You here for one thing. Nothing else on this property should have been your business. Just that one thing. But he made everything his business. And he had this little nasty attitude. Every time he walked outside, it's like it would irritate him that I was outside instead of in the office. Why is that bothering you? It irritates me to be sitting in that small space with y'all. And I can feel that energy. And so, but he act like it irritated his soul that I was sitting outside instead of in the office. And he would have this little nasty attitude. So this could definitely be a thing, especially for me. It could definitely be a thing, y'all. I just seen I made a mistake and got receipts. I don't know what that was, but I know all the mistakes that was made. I definitely have receipts. When I tell you I've been recording stuff, I've been recording stuff. I recorded the fact that I reached out to him and asked him to send me whatever it was I signed, and nothing ever happened. I recorded me asking the guy, you know, telling him that it was nothing on there to send me whatever it was, a copy of whatever it was I just signed. I recorded that. I ain't stupid. They may have thought I was, but I ain't stupid. That's why I started recording a long time ago. That's why I say I got like 3 years worth of recordings. But then I got years worth of recording. I didn't know if I was gonna have to use it or not. It was more so just in case. I don't want them looking at me and saying a certain thing, so just in case, I'm gonna cover my butt. Just in case I need to use this for something, I'm gonna make sure I'm able to. Just in case. Especially, I was recording before they took the cameras out because the cameras only show so much. They only show so much. And I'm glad I was recording before they took the cameras out, because when they took the cameras out, come to find out, everything previously, there was no more, nothing else, no more footage of it. Once they removed the old cameras, so to speak, and put the new cameras in, all the old footage was now gone. And so even had the cameras recorded everything, it would still be gone right now. And so I'm glad I did start recording when I started recording. I'm glad I did not depend on those cameras that was there. Because I was asked one time, why do I record and the cameras are right there? Because I don't trust y'all or y'all cameras y'all put in. Especially when you put up the second ones, because I could absolutely tell from the position of the second ones that y'all put them there to watch me. Y'all didn't put them there for my safety. Y'all put them there to watch me. The other cameras was not facing me. They were in the office a certain place. They weren't facing my front door. They weren't facing me sitting down right there at my desk. They was facing the front door and the area the customers would be in. They were facing the parking lot, and when the customers will walk in the front door, when they put them last cameras up, they was on me, directly on me. They seen other stuff too, but they was on me. They had one camera face You could see my front door. Every time I walked in and out of my front door, the other camera in the office was facing right down on me, sitting right there at the desk, right at the desk, watching you from surrounding areas. I knew it. I'm like, y'all put up these cameras and you watching me. Y'all worry about what I'm doing in here. My job, my job. And I've been doing it long enough to not have to be working all day long. I've been doing it long enough to still do my job and still have hours of just waiting for a customer because ain't nothing else for me to do unless I just start doing random stuff or trying to pretend as if I'm doing something for the cameras, which I didn't. I didn't feel a need to. So yeah, uh, I can go on and on and on about public storage, y'all. But at the end of the day, I do need to get a camera for them. I mean, a camera. I do need to get a lawyer for them. Because I'm telling y'all bits and pieces. It's so much more. It's so much more. Believe me, I'm very cautious about what I say pertaining to them. I almost said I even said the name of it, but it doesn't matter. It don't matter. But as far as me being followed around and watched right now, and them still trying to do stuff to destroy me right now, maybe somebody gonna pay for it. That's what was behind it. Reunion, uniting, meeting again, coming together with familiar faces. Yeah. But I just cut the deck on. Sabotage. At the top of the deck. All eyes on me. I already know. I know they sabotaged me at that job. I don't know why they all of a sudden started doing what they were doing. Again, I would assume it was some type of retaliation. For me, reporting when I felt like I was being harassed by management, and for me reporting all the safety hazard that was on the property that they was refusing to fix. I got Libra, exploit, and jealous right here. Funny part about it is I was just saying air signs to begin with. Prestigious. I was just saying air signs, and we already seen a Gemini. So now we have a Libra and a Gemini. But definitely have some type of status about them. See, they stole it. Somebody stole something. They stole something. And this job probably helped them steal something. Somebody didn't like your appearance. Didn't like the way you looked on a job. To be honest with you, I bought so many pants and we went through so many shirts at that job. It got to a certain point. Last time when the hole came in my pants, I was already trying to find another apartment. And I was trying to get up out of there anyway. And so I was like, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I just gotta go outside and clean out dirty units anyway. It's not like I can sit in the office and just look pretty. I gotta go outside and do hard labor sometimes, especially with them purposely putting stuff in my hallways and in my units. Would have me going outside to work. And I believe it's because they were watching me and they would probably see me a lot of times with nothing to do because I did my job. I know how to do my job and I don't have to be doing the job all day long. Y'all see that green light up there, don't you? See what I'm talking about? You see the green light. You see it's turning yellow. Nobody right there. And so you see what I'm talking about. There's no reason for them to cut in the parking lot like they couldn't in the parking lot. No reason at all. You see that I'm right here at a corner. And the way they come and all they had to do was turn the corner. And the light is green, but not only that, ain't nobody at the light. You could turn the corner when the light is red. Ain't nobody there. So yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. Them last two cars were Spanish people. Had a limo come through earlier. Two black girls in a truck came through earlier. The one that kept circling the parking lot before that, I told y'all I went behind. I didn't, I didn't do anything. I did what they do. Y'all want to watch, so I'm gonna watch too. Let me see where you going. So, yeah, uh, she was she was a black girl too. She was in a little car. I'm telling you, she was doing it every day around the same time. It looked like she would get off work and come do the same thing. Come check and see where I'm at, what I'm doing. Pretend as if she got to pull in a parking lot, pull in, and do this U-turn type of thing, and pull right back out and go on by her business wherever she going. So that particular day, I was like, okay, well, you see where I'm at. Let me see where you going. It was a little ways away from here. That's what the funny part about it was. It was a little ways away from here. It got to the point where after I was about 20 minutes from here, according to my phone, it all of a sudden jumped to 13 minutes because we passed by an interstate. And I remember thinking, so she go all the way out the way just to do what she's doing, cause she going home. She going all the way over here, and all she has to do is get on the highway. She avoid the whole highway altogether, and it take you like an extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get to where you going. Went from 10 minutes to 13 minutes. I mean, night from 20 minutes to 13 minutes, and so it cut off 7 minutes by taking a highway. Maybe more than that because I didn't even follow her all the way to where she went. I eventually just turned around. I'm telling you, it just kept going and going and going. I think I was in Lithonia somewhere by the time I just was like, oh, let me turn around. It's not even that serious. Never mind the fact that I already got the video that I wanted to get and she was trying hard for her face not to be seen. Now, why would she be doing that? Because she know what she doing. She knew exactly what it was she was doing. And I did too. And she never expected me to do what I did. That's why I did it. Needless to say, she ain't came back through here, not in that vehicle anymore. Now, that might have been one of those girls who was in a truck that passed by here earlier. Might have been one of them. May have been one of them. And she say, I'm going to come with a partner next time. So I won't be so paranoid and scared. Man, there's a lot of spider webs right there. Some huge spiders in them spider webs. Y'all, I'm about to get off here. I've been talking for 2 hours and I stopped pulling cars a long time ago. Yeah. Definitely, if you know of an attorney that you think may be helpful, that's not playing on the team that they own, I need them. These people playing with some powerful people, evidently, considering nothing's been done after all this time, considering the whole community of people are in this together. Considering this started at my job that I had back then, and it just kept going. Considering I ain't been there since January, and it's still going on. Not only that, when I travel, it followed me. And so when you say somebody trying to destroy me, they're really trying to destroy me. And evidently they stole something. They stole something from me. What did they steal? An inheritance? Some money? Some property? They stole something. And air signs had something to do with it. Could have been these celebrity air signs. Yeah, that would be so. I can't see that with one of them. Maybe I just don't want to see it with one. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And hopefully that's not the case. Maybe, hopefully it's a different one. Hopefully it's somebody different. But you know, just the way things are. Just the way things are. No, I don't believe in coincidences. Considering everything. And the cars just pulled out. They say celebrities. I do know of some that they use us, no question about it. I know for a fact. I don't know if they still do, but they did. They did. And it definitely was these same signs that I'm pulling out. And that would definitely be a reason for them to try to hide everything, for there to be zero contact information regarding them. Because when you're that big, you wouldn't want to give your contact information to just anybody. You would be dealing directly with corporate. You would be dealing directly with one of the higher managers, one of, I don't even, the district manager, the regional manager, senior district manager. You'd be dealing directly with somebody like that. Facilities manager. But the facilities manager I don't think they had access to even do certain things in the computer when it came to customers. And so that would definitely be from somewhere else. And the fact that they would give them 24-hour access, it speaks volumes because, again, they weren't supposed to have that. Only I was supposed to have that. None of the other corporate accounts were even able to get that. They had certain privileges. Access wasn't one of them. Them hours was the same. They had to come within hours. A lot of times, you rarely meet the owner of those corporate accounts because they have workers who they send. But they still had certain contact information. You can contact them if it was a problem. Somebody, if not the owner, somebody. Um, they still had a gate code that you still had access to, that you could see, that you can shut off when you needed to, and start it back when you needed to. Again, they were not even able to get 24-hour access, but whoever this was, they gave it to them no problem. And they didn't even ask my permission. It's like it went right over my head. I had absolutely nothing to do with this. But then again, a lot of vendors had access as well. A lot of vendors had access as well. 24-hour access. Also, a lot of people from different properties had access to my property. And I worked every day. No reason at all for people at different properties to have access to my property when I'm there 5 days out the week. I remember I went through one day and I was clicking everybody. I deleted their access to it because why do you have access to my property? I'm already finding all kind of weird stuff that I know for sure was coming from other properties. So why do y'all have access to my property? So I'm going through the gate code list, which we supposed to do every month actually. Go through the list, make sure we don't have people in there who should no longer have access. And I'm going through there seeing all this different stuff and I'm just deleting their access, all of their access. Vendors and all. If I seen where they had access they weren't supposed to have, or whether it's vendors that have only been there one time. Like I said, a lot of we stopped giving access codes at a certain point to certain people. If you just came here to fix one thing, you don't need a gate code. All you need is for me to let you in, do what you got to do, and me to let you back out. There's too many people with access to that property at a certain point. And then all the other stuff started happening. Like I said, my house being broken into, stuff being put in my food, cameras being placed in strategic places. if an attorney here is going to work. Too many people working together. They able to just pay their way a corporate office or just steal whatever it is that I have and nobody do anything. I don't think an attorney here is going to work. You know, a bunch of these same kind of cars be passing by. You know, when I was in Vegas, I would see who was in those cars a lot of times because it's the same cars that would be there. And I would equate them to being Masons because their energy, the way they carried themselves, just certain things about them was just kind of very telling to me. And you just knew it. You knew it. So I'm like, yeah, those are Masons right there. That makes sense. And I just been noticing, y'all hear them wild cars. Every time I hear one, I look up and it's the same kind of car. And it reminds me of back then when I was there. Like, yeah, those the same people. Not only that, I've been parked in other different places and had the cars pull up right on me. And again, their energy, their look tells me that they're the same people. It's the same people. But I just seen sirens again trying to control you. People that sing, they wasn't just trying to control me. That they was trying to kill me or something. You know, I'm little. I'm not a big person, and y'all putting stuff in my food. But not only that, let me tell you something. And I'm gonna get off after I say this, because I might be saying too much at this point. But one day I came out of that back door like I normally do because I used to go in and out the back often, which is also where they were coming in from because all of a sudden I started having to jam my key in and play with the lock so much for my key to even work. 11 years I've never had problems going in and out that back door. When I lock it, I lock it. When I unlock it, I unlock it. Uh, to the point I actually felt so comfortable. At a certain point, I didn't even lock the door. I just used to just come in back and forth. I wasn't worried about anybody coming in until I started seeing that someone was coming in. Then I started locking up everything. Um, yeah, when I started, it was I used to have trouble every so often getting inside my own house with my key. Clearly, somebody was jamming something in the lock. But anyway, that's not what I was about to say. I used to come up and down those steps all the time. And at the point I realized somebody was in my house, when I realized somebody was putting stuff in my food, um, I told you I stopped buying certain seasonings. I would only buy the ones that are in this grinder. I also stopped buying certain food because I didn't know what was being done to the food. And so it got to the point where I would either eat out or I would try to buy the food sparingly. Like I could not go to the grocery store anymore and just buy a lot of food. I would buy just a little. I go to the grocery store and get enough to cook for today's meal, and that's it. Because I didn't want to just have food in my house with them coming in and out and just doing God knows what with. And so I stopped buying groceries. And I had two deep freezers in my house, y'all. My kids are grown now, but at a certain point they were both at home. And so that's how I would buy groceries. I would kind of overbuy stuff. And so, they have their little snacks and stuff to eat throughout the day. Stuff they can throw in the microwave. And then I have stuff that I cook for dinner. Um, and when you go to the grocery store, you buy things. I buy things in bulk. At least I did. I didn't buy a little bit. I bought enough to last. So I wouldn't have to keep going back and forth. And I would break it down into meals. And so if I was buying chicken, I would buy these big things of chicken and I would break it down into sandwich bags or freezer bags for different days. That way I can just grab a freezer bag and it would have a meal's worth of something to cook. And once they left, I just kind of, it was just a habit. So I just did that anyway. When I go to the grocery store, I kind of buy things that'll last and I would break it down. It's just me. And so I really break it down into something enough for just me to eat um, for a day or two when I cook it. But at a certain point, I stopped buying food like that because I didn't know what they were doing to it. And so I would just buy enough for me to eat one day, enough for me to cook right then. A lot of times I would get off work, I'd go to the store and buy something to cook right then, that second, that day. And I would try my best not to have leftovers because I knew once I had leftovers, if I left the house, I wasn't going to eat it anymore when I got back because I was that, clearly it was somebody coming in and out my house. And I don't know what they doing to my food. I know what they doing to my seasoning. I don't know what they doing to my food. And so once I left the house, especially cooked food, when I left, I didn't eat it no more. I couldn't eat leftovers unless I've been in the house all day long. That's when I ate my leftovers. If I left the house and came back, it was a wrap. I just throw it away. I have to be real careful about what I ate. Um, and so I would go in and out that back door all the time, upstairs, downstairs, all the time. And one time in particular, I noticed something. It rained one time. Well, the first thing I noticed was a black stain on the back steps, something black. It resembled oil or paint because it wasn't coming up. It was a stain, and so it was like a black paint stain. That's what it looked like to me. And so I remember thinking, what the hell is that? Ain't nothing in my house painted black. Ain't nothing out here painted black. Why would this black stain be on my steps? Like somebody dripped something on the steps, and it's only like 2 or 3 steps down. So it's right here by my door. It's on the upper steps. It ain't just on the bottom steps, which it shouldn't have been on any steps. And I remember thinking, what is that? Like it wasn't anything that I passed by often. I noticed it immediately when it got there because I'm the only one there and I know what should be there and what should not be there. I'm used to what's there. I see stuff all the time. I'm used to what's there. And so immediately I noticed it because it was out of the ordinary. This black stain on my steps in the back. And my first thought was, what is this? And how did it get here? Who dripped this? And what is it? Needless to say, it's just a thought because I mean, it ain't like you can go do research on a black stain right there. And so a few days went by and it rained. And I noticed that that black stain would hold this puddle, the water from where it rained. After everything else on the steps dried, the ground dried in the back, the ground dried in the front, this little black stain right here, it's still got a puddle of water on it. And so it really got me curious then because I'm like, everything is dried up. Everything dried up, y'all. So why is this puddle of water still sitting right here on this black stain? Days went by, weeks went by. That water did not move off of that black stain. And it looked like paint. So I'm like, what the hell is that? What could it be? Like water resistant paint or something? But where would it come from? Why is it like dripped so close to my back door. It's nothing in my house painted black. Nothing outside painted black. It's not like, okay, they painted the windowsill or something black. They may have dripped something. Nothing is painted black. And that's what it looked like to me, a black paint stain. And it held water. The water did not evaporate off of that stain. And at this point, I've been watching it. I was already tripping after the first couple of days because everything dried up outside. Everything was dried up outside. The steps was dried up. Nothing was wet except for this stain that had this puddle just sitting there on it. It was like it kept the water from evaporating. I still don't know what it is. I still never figured out what it was, but whatever it was, the water didn't evaporate on it. After weeks, the water was still just sitting there like a little puddle of water. And then one day, when they were doing everything that they were doing, they just out of the blue decided to paint the steps black. Been there 11 years, ain't nobody ever wanted to paint the steps. Not only that, all the stuff I've asked y'all to do inside of my apartment, y'all not doing. And the simple things, like as far as the garbage disposal, it's something very simple. But y'all would paint the steps the same color black as this stain back here. So it really got me thinking, what was that stain? And why y'all try to cover it up with painting the whole steps black? Because clearly they was trying to cover it up. Just like they were trying to cover up the hole underneath my back door where it looked like they had pushed stuff in it so many times. One day, all of a sudden, I had somebody like, oh, your back door is dry rotted. We're going to get you another door up here. They ain't get another door. What they did was put a little metal piece on it. And it wasn't dry rotted. It came from them poking stuff underneath it, doing whatever they were doing. It wasn't dry rotted, y'all. And they just threw that little metal piece right on up there to cover it up because it went from being no space between the door and the carpet. The door, like the grip underneath it used to actually rub across the carpet. No space at all. To you can see sunlight from outside to inside of my house. That's how much open it was. And so just like they tried to pretend as if they didn't know what was going on with that, um, they did the same thing when it came down to those steps. They tried to cover it up very fast. I guess once they realized that stain wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, I know how people do. I can tell y'all, just like I was saying before, them people. Yeah, without getting all the way into that again, they hear you. They know exactly what's going on, what you be thinking. I've seen a couple of them react to it. What you thinking? Ain't gonna call out anything. At least not on here. At least not on here. But they have some type of connection, some type of knowing, because they they knew what was going on. They would react to certain things. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. You be thinking about something, they react to it. And so they knew. They knew I was already pondering about what was going on. Uh, they knew I was already trying to figure it out. So of course, they would go and try to paint over it and pretend like it was nothing. And so if y'all know anything, I remember at some point I was even trying to Google and figure it out because it wasn't paint. It was nothing to be painted. And why would it be dripped on my porch like as if somebody came out of my house with it? And so that tells me somebody was in my house with it. And so what could you have been doing inside my house with something black like paint that does not allow the water to be absorbed on it? The water wasn't going nowhere, y'all. I can't make this up. For weeks, that puddle, that stain was right there. And the rain, from the rain, like it had not rained again for weeks. And the rain from that night it rained was still sitting on the black spot in a puddle for weeks. For weeks, y'all. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. So if y'all know, please feel free to comment. We 2 hours and 21 minutes in. Feel free to let me know what comes in a black color that drips like paint. Sounds like a riddle. What comes in a black puddle that drips like paint that does not absorb water, but it's not paint? It's not paint. It's not paint. Not only that, y'all, but normally these trucks right here, like I said, I'm not sitting where I normally sit. Let me turn my camera around and show y'all. I would normally sit over there where y'all seen that white car come to earlier. I would normally be sitting over there by the bush. Or I would sometimes sit next door, which is another gas station over there. I would sit next door where people park on the side. But as long as I'm sitting over there or next door, this truck in particular, these big trucks like this, like I'm about to show y'all, it would be parked on the side. And I'm going to show y'all where it would be parked at. And so I've been kind of tripping because I've noticed that it pulled right there. And when I thought it was about to pull off earlier, it has never pulled off. And so that truck is just kind of sitting there behind me. I can't make it up, y'all. It's sitting behind me. They never sit right there. And I never sit right here. And so the amount of people coming through the parking lot and this big truck that all of a sudden decide is going to sit right here, y'all. It's here with me, by the way. This thing don't ever sit right here, y'all. This tow truck. What does it say, Chauncey? Chauncey's tow. They never sit right here. I've actually seen them sit in the parking lot before, but they never sit back here with me. Like, they never sit over here on the side, y'all. I promise y'all, they don't. I see a lot of people with their parking. You can see the blue lights where the police officer is right there by the sign. And so this truck right here normally sit over there. A couple of times I've looked up and I've seen it over there by the bushes. Now that's when I wasn't over there by the bushes. I would be over at the gas station, and a couple of times I've looked up and the truck was right here by the bush. But tonight I'm in a different spot that it's my first time ever coming right there. First time ever being right there. And then I look up and they just been hanging out right there behind my car. Just hanging out. They've been back there for quite some time, y'all, with the lights cut off. Just kind of hanging out. Why is he just sitting back here, just hanging out back here by me all of a sudden? Like I say, he been back here for a minute. I seen him when he first pulled up, and I just assumed that he was about to pull off. But he stopped, turned his lights off, and he just been hanging out back in. This is what I be talking about. Me being watched all the time, y'all. I just wanted y'all to see this. Because they've been back there for quite some time now. I didn't even mention it to begin with when he first got back there. Because honestly, I thought he was about to pull off. I really did think he was going to pull off, y'all. But he ain't pulling off. Let's pull some cards on him. You know, it's so funny because I already felt some weird energy about them anyway. I've been watching the way that they move. I've been watching the way that they move. That's why I'm able to tell you where they normally sit at because I immediately picked up on their energy. Whoever it is, it's actually two drivers. It's two tow trucks. They probably family members. It's two of them. I don't know if the guys are white or Spanish, but it's two of them. Why is this one hanging out back here by me? And I tell y'all, I could pull in the back of an abandoned building and squeeze in this little bitty spot, and they gonna come and pretend like they turning around back there. Or they'll have somebody sitting in the distance where they can see, or they would send somebody on foot walking by to see what it is that I'm doing. And so I got out the view of anybody that can see me just looking from the store. And I'm over here at this little spot in particular. And you got this asshole that just decided to pull right back here with me and just sit. You got all the parking lot to pull in. I ain't never seen them sit over there, y'all. Never. I seen them in two different places, either over there by the bushes or over there across the street at the store. They ain't never sat back here. Now all of a sudden today he's sitting back in. And you got something on the tow truck and you've been sitting out there for what? At least sitting right there for like the last 45 minutes or so. Maybe about an hour. Holy Spirit, archangels, please allow me to channel the messages that surround them. Not as the collective, but Chauncey's. Who's ever in this truck right here? Who is ever in this truck right here? Allow me to channel the messages around them, please and thank you. Phobia and snake. Worst nightmare and snake. Somebody may have anxiety. Caught on camera. Somebody's caught on camera doing something. So either they caught on camera doing what they doing, or either they recording me doing something. I've never seen a tow truck anyway just kind of hang out like I see them do. and they just hang out all the time, like this downtown or something. Um, like they just waiting for somebody to park in the wrong place so they can tow it. But they ain't. They just sit there. They literally just sit there. I keep saying they stole it, and I'll pay for it. Maybe they helped steal something. The fact that I keep saying they stole it, and then this pop right out. Still inheritance. I don't know if y'all can see that. These people could have helped steal something. Hell, they could be part of the crew though. I did what they be doing. Something's coming to an end. Somebody could be lazy, low energy. Got a Burger King and a Dairy Queen right here. Lawsuit. Definitely got a lawsuit to file with these people. Someone could be emotional. Dismantled. Whatever it is they doing. Not only that, I told y'all though. The blue lights over there is the police. That's what I be expecting to see a lot of. But I told y'all on certain nights, I rarely see any of them. And I kind of make me kind of, it's like I don't know whether or not to trust them ones that don't have them blue lights on them. I'd be a little relieved to see the ones with the blue lights. All right, let me get something else on this. What is this? Explosive. Somebody's unpredictable. Somebody acts out. They quick to anger, whoever this is right here. Muscles. Says weakness and loss of muscle mass. Dystrophy. Somebody could have muscle spasms or something about their muscles. Some type of muscular disorder. Now, this could even mean they work out. We got UV sunglasses here. This could be a person that wears UV sunglasses. I need to need to use my tarot cards. No, I'm just pulling from these. Somebody is manipulative, vindictive, whoever this is. I see smooth criminal. I also see you should let me love you. Something about IG models and low-key. Spiritually stalking. This person sending evil eye. They're spiritually stalking, so that means they tapping in over there on a. Remember when I told y'all about these people who can hear and see what it is you're thinking about? That be all in your mind with you. That's this person back here. Sage, I just did. It says they trying to trick the trickster. And they don't like the light that you carry. Because these people are dark. That's why. Trying to trick the trickster. Trying to trick the trickster. Yeah. Endurance. That's what I just put the deck on. Having to have insurance. Why the community make an effort to try to watch you, to stalk you, to dumbass people in the community. So they ain't sent enough people through the parking lot here. And so they sent his dumbass to sit right here and watch. He just pulled right here with him. Why are you even over here? Why are you even over here? I'm just going to sit right here. All night long, I'm just going to sit right here. Clout chasing. Clout chasing person. An inheritance obtained first by greed will not be a blessing. Didn't they say this, somebody stole something? Somebody stole something. And maybe he working for the people who help. I don't know. I'm just trying to see what's going on here. See reunion, uniting, meeting again. You'll be coming together and meeting again with whoever this is that stole something. Oh, he leaving now, y'all. He leaving now. He is leaving now. Let's see. I get something else on this. This tow truck. This tow truck driver. Please and thank you. It says militant intelligence. I got this King of Swords out here. Power, command, authority, connection. Person has some connection to a person of power. Somebody may have told them to do something. It's a person with some type of connection with some type of authoritative figure. Whoever this is. See, abandonment. Somebody could have abandoned something. Maybe his post. He was just sitting there watching. This card is also a card of loss and theft. And isn't that what we see? Keep coming out of here. They stole it. Somebody stole something. They stole something. What else? Oh, it's a lot. Felt like a lot. Anything else while I'm there? Yes. Reversal. This is dishonor. It's a card of dishonor. Destruction. Again, loss. We got 2 cards of loss right here. See the sad person over here in the background when these people trying to figure out what's going on. But nobody sees this person right here who's doing this. So you got someone in their emotions back here in the background. Someone who's watching this person in their emotions. And someone in the background. And so just based off this first tarot card coming out, remember I told you this person's connected to a person of power. Could even some type of authoritative figure. It also says military intelligence. Could be somebody in the military or somebody, they could be a vet or, look at the V right there. Me saying a vet and I looked right up at the V. Somebody could be a military vet. Either them or somebody in the position of power who's ever commanding them. But you know, what I notice is the person and their emotions, the person who's watching them, and then this person right here. Because it's somebody in command that's doing this. Somebody who's calling the shots. Somebody who's doing some dirty stuff behind somebody's back. Somebody having people watch this person who is always in their emotions. Maybe because they're an empath and they can feel that they're being watched. Whoever this is back there, it's a lot of water back there. And the way they're holding their head looks like they appear to be crying. It's a person who's hurt. While people watch and maybe take commands from this main person right here, the big person, the main person, the one that's in the one that's this authoritative figure here. In fact, you see they got the swords in their hand. They trying to clean up the mess. And he's sitting right there with the sword in his hand. It's definitely a person in command. Somebody taking orders from someone that's in command. Somebody telling somebody to do this. Past memories vanish. It's somebody from your past. This could be family. This could be an ex. This could be old co-workers. This could be old friends. Somebody from your past. And look how she's wearing this cloak over her face as she gives this person flowers or give them something in this cup. Someone from your past, and they could be trying to cloak themselves so you don't know it's them. Again, this could be a military person. This could be a person who's in some type of secret society with this shield right here. This could be definitely some type of maybe fraternity or something. Either that or a secret society or some group. This could even be a church. I don't know. This is something, some type of group here. And this person's trying to cloak themselves. And whoever this is giving this woman right here something. Somebody could definitely be giving someone something. Isn't it so funny when the truck pull off, then here come the cars coming through the parking lot again? People are trash, y'all. People are trash. Somebody giving somebody something. This is somebody from your past. Could even be somebody you trusted with this dishonor right here. Militant intelligence. And this could be somebody from the military, somebody in some type of authoritative position, commanding these people right here to do something. There's loss on 2 cards here. Someone could have caused you to lose something. What them stars mean, y'all? This person had a star on their car. A white car, them sports cars. I don't know the name of them, but I told y'all. Y'all know all them cars y'all here passing by like that, they all look the same. They all around like the same type of car. This one had a big star on the door. I don't see too many of them stars like that except for in Texas. Speaking of big star, hmm. Fair young man, render service, good news, a message, application, reflection, meditation. Fair young man, somebody could be coming to give you something. Somebody could be coming to give you something here. You could be getting some type of good news about somebody coming in to help you. Militant intelligence. Somebody from your past. Could be family, friend, family or friend or ex friend. See a Queen of Wands right here. Friendly, chaste, loving, honorable person. This could be you. This could be the energy. Somebody's coming in this friendly energy here. And so somebody could be taking commands from a person. Yeah, no. I was gonna say they could be taking commands from a person to watch you. And that shield that I showed you, that reminds me of some type of secret society or some type of group of people. That could be like protection. And so there could be someone here protecting someone. But that's not all that's out here right now. Somebody's definitely doing something. And this is not what he's doing. What he's doing, this is not good. Matter of fact, whatever he's doing right here, I see the two swords he left on the ground. He has three of them. So five of swords right here. And so it appears that he's trying to clean something up right here. This could be a person trying to clean something up, but they're leaving evidence behind. Somebody could be embarrassed about something. Y'all, I can't make it up, y'all. Somebody could be embarrassed about something, or this could be some type of sadness about money, business. Someone may be coming in to argue with you, or either they could be coming in to give you something, barter, to exchange something with you. Maybe they want to give you something in exchange for something else. And so someone could have people watching you. Yeah, I don't know why that would be. I was going to say so they can come in and give you something, but it doesn't make sense. Somebody want to give you something, going to give you something on their own. Or if they want to send somebody to give you something, they're going to send somebody to give you something. Why is people watching? Why? Why is it that you sending somebody to watch for something? This person just watching while this person's in the background trying to clean something up here. And so while you have this person, this authority figure that's watching this militant person who may be giving commands, also could be the person trying to clean something up. You got this widow right here, or either this person here who's sad, who's embarrassed about something. And so maybe this Queen of Swords right here does something that this King of Swords is embarrassed about. Hence them coming in to give you something, or maybe try to barter with you, exchange something from you, maybe give you something in exchange for, I don't know, maybe you not talking about something or you not doing something. This is a person from the past, so it says memories, a person that could have been thinking about you, could have some type of connections to something, but they're trying to clean this up. Whatever it is they did, they want to clean it up. Because they could have caused you some type of loss. They could have stole something. Well, you don't need to keep pulling cards on this. This person, they just got somebody watching. They got people watching. And I'm not sure why. Because if you want to clean something up, then you're going to, I don't know. I don't know. Says fair young man, render service. Somebody could be coming in definitely with some type of good news. They could be coming in to, again, they want to be fair about something. And so the people, again, that you have that are watching, they just people they have watching. I still don't know for what reason they're watching, because again, I feel like if somebody wanted to give you something, then they'd be giving it to you. If somebody wanted to, like, I don't know what you got, like, what are people watching to see what somebody's doing or where somebody's at? But stalking only goes so far. And if you plan on trying to clean something up, why is there so many people watching? Why are you just not doing whatever it is you're supposed to be doing? You got somebody here who caused you a loss, maybe even stole something from you. But if nothing else, they definitely caused you a loss of something. And somebody's here embarrassed of whatever it is they've done. And so while somebody here is embarrassed, somebody's trying to clean it up. So a lady could be the cause of this, doesn't have to be, but this lady could definitely be the cause of whatever this is that's going on. Could be the cause of you taking the losses that you've taken. And this person that's in this position of power right here, could be both of them in a position of power. This could be the king and queen of swords. This could be a divorced couple. This could be a married couple. This could be a married couple who argue all the time. They don't really get along with these king and queen of swords here. This is not your average loving couple like the king and queen of cups or the king and queen of wands. These are people who argue all the time or either divorce. These are two people who don't get along. But someone did something. And with this embarrassment card right here and this sadness, I feel like it may be the woman who did something, who caused you some type of loss, could have even stole something from you. Someone's coming in, someone's trying to clean that up. They're trying to clean it up. Whoever it is, they know about it. They know about this loss. This past card, it could also be a vanish card. It says past on there. It could be someone from your past, but this could be something that just disappeared. You see all those flowers down there, and you see this person cloaking themselves, giving something to this person who's also kind of cloaking themselves. And so something could have disappeared, and that's because these people here caused you some type of loss or theft. They could have stole something. Something could have vanished. They could have stole it. And in a process of them stealing something from you, they could have caused you some type of loss elsewhere. Could have caused you to lose several things. Again, we have two cards of loss and a card of theft out here. And something definitely vanished. That moose is gone. Somebody's embarrassed about what they did. And so someone could be coming in. These are definitely, it's a couple out here, y'all. It's a couple. It's not a happy couple, whatever this is, but it's a couple. And someone's embarrassed because they could have stole something from this Queen of Wands right here. They could have stole something from her and caused her some type of loss. And they could be trying to clean it up. They want to come in and offer you something. It could be money. They could be trying to barter with you, exchange something. They could be trying to offer you something to cover up something. I don't know, y'all. They're trying to clean something up. So they could just, this could be like could be like mediation in a courtroom or something. Application that's on here. It could be some type of contract or something. This could be like mediation in a courtroom, or not outside of a courtroom. Mediation between two people, um, with their attorneys discussing how to keep something from going to court. And so if these people stole something from you and caused you this loss, they're trying to clean this up. Somebody's embarrassed about what's been done here. And their counterpart is having to clean up whatever it is that they done. Again, this is not a happy relationship. If this is even a couple, this could be someone who's divorced. Could be two people who don't see eye to eye that work together. I feel like this is just a couple who don't get along. Even the angel is mad. Even this baby angel is upset. I never even noticed that. Look at the face on this card right here. It's angry. Someone could have been angry when they did this to you. They could have stole something from you and caused you some type of loss, and they were angry when they did it. And whoever it is embarrassed now. Maybe because they're getting caught. Maybe because people are finding out. Yeah. See somebody trying to get a reaction out of you in a new life. It's getting late, y'all. I don't want tomorrow to be another one of those days where I've been up to 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get back up at 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, I just shuffled all those cards back in there, and this Queen of Swords popped right back out, y'all. Somebody embarrassed about something they did. They could be coming in to try to maybe negotiate with you or give you something to try to make stuff even. Barter is when you exchange things for other things that you may need. And that's why I said it could be like a type of mediation. Um, this could be someone coming in and say, hey, look, I know I did this, but I know I did this, but what I can do to make up for it is give you this, this, and this if you don't say anything. If we not make this public, Gemini. This Queen of Swords could definitely be a Gemini. We only had two signs out here, a Libra and a Gemini. And they both air signs. These swords are air signs. Isn't that funny? The swords are air signs. And we have both of them out here, a male and a female. The king and the queen. That could be. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, sex on the first night here. I don't know what this is. Sex on the first night. Security. Psychology. Somebody may have had sex with the security person in order to get them to do certain things. I don't know what this about, y'all. It just popped out. Sex on the first night with security. And yeah. Imitation, copycat. One of the two of these people could have been copying you. They could have also been catfishing someone here, pretending to be someone they're not. Astrology, and they stole it. And majestic could have definitely used some type of magic to steal something. They was envious. These people was envious of whatever this was that was supposed to be yours, and they did something to steal it and cause you some type of loss. Your inheritance. I just seen steal inheritance. So not only did they steal the inheritance, but they caused you some type of loss as well. Been a loss of income. Could have been loss of a vehicle. Could have been a loss of a business. They caused you some type of loss. They stole something from you and then caused you some type of loss. And I see partnership here. So somebody could have been in partnership, or this could be saying maybe this is what they're going to come in and offer you, some type of partnership. America's Family Insurance. Again, something about the American family. This could definitely be some popular family. Public humiliation. Could have tried to do this to you. This could be what's happening to them. This toxic person right here. Somebody could drive a fast car, a Lambo or a Ferrari, or some other kind of fast car. Something's coming to an end. 1010. You could have angels surrounding you. You're protected. Guidance, support, personal growth. Someone could have went through some type of spiritual awakening. Some people were definitely blackmailed to do some stuff here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and log out. I'm tired. I'm gonna log out and get from over here. See y'all tomorrow. Good night.